How you doing, wild kids? What a glorious day in Darug country. In celebration of Nidot Week, I'll mention where we are actually in the indigenous name, Darug country. And it's amazing. We're not too far from where we were last week. We're just down in the woods from the park at the top of the hill. But I've got some amazing things to show you. So, do you want to come with me? Yeah? Come on in. So all of these parks that we have, there's usually some like wildlife or wild areas that we can actually go and explore, and this one is no exception. And there's some fantastic things to see. There's loads of different species of trees, loads of different fur. I'm getting to that. Cockatoos. I've heard kookaburras this morning. I've heard butcher birds this morning. It's absolutely wonderful here. We are really, really lucky. So, and we also lots and lots of houses. Check this one out. Now this fallen tree is really rotting away, absolutely amazingly. Whoop, my hat falling off. And it's all breaking down. So all these holes and all these bits of bark have been eaten by termites, and we've got like little millipedes in here escaping and running away. Look at it all breaking down, and the funguses are really taking hold in this one because it's been so damp. So it's absolutely amazing. So, can you see any bugs? Can we see anything? There's a hole right the way through this one. Now, if I can roll it, I'll see if I can roll it. No, it's too heavy. Absolutely too heavy, and it's already starting to rot into the soil, doing its natural composting, which is what this forest needs to keep all the nutrients going to make all these beautiful trees keep growing in the fantastic way that they do. It's a big race going on right now. So all these big trees are all established. That tree there that's fallen over has created space, and all these little bits of sunshine, you get the mid-canopy trees here. Now these guys don't grow super tall. See the wattles here, look at that, look at all the little flowers coming out already. Absolutely beautiful. Now, you've got your forest floor with all these grasses, all these kangaroo grasses here. Then you've got the bankses and your hackias and your she oaks in your mid canopy, and then all the way up there, who are winning the race, are all your big gum trees. And you've got spotted gums here, you've got angophras here, you've got black butts here. There's so many different varieties. I don't know all of them. Those are three. I'm learning about them all the time because there's so many and they're so different. But these ones are amazing. These are angophras here. I'm not going to go through there. There's a spider web. We're going to walk this way. Oh! I found something interesting as well. Because today, I thought we'd go on a little bit of a nature treasure hunt. Now, I think things like this are treasure. Now, this has fallen off the wing of a cockatoo. And you could hear them going, ah, 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 ah. Those are the guys who are squawking away there. And that's one of its flight feathers. We're going to keep that, and I'm going to show you something, a way you can display these in a minute. Now, over here, we've got a big fallen tree. Come over here, have a look at this. I've got loads of different plants here, all trying to... Here's really interesting, look. So you've got all these ferns and brackens that are growing up. They love open ground like this. And then you've got all these teeny tiny plants in here just pushing through. Like I say, it's all a big competition. They're being really robust and really tough, trying to push through. And as soon as they get some sunshine on them, out come the leaves. Look at the shape of those leaves. Aren't they good? Aren't they cool? I like those. I don't know what they are. I have to have a look in my plant book to see if I can work out what they are. Now in here as well, we've got a little bit of droppings as well. So that's a sign of animal. And that, I'd say, there... Yeah, I know it's poo, but that is an indicator of what animals live here. And that is actually wallaby poo. So that's really cool to know that there are wallabies bouncing around in here. Now, come over here to this log. I'm going to show you something. Do you remember last week I made that picture frame and I was showing you? Well, I've added to it. I've got a little bit artsy and craftsy. And you could do this too. So, let me just take the backpack off. So, this This is really cool around here. There's lots of things and there's really interesting hair clip Banksia down there. So this is the frame I made last week, and I've been collecting things in it, so I like to decorate it and make it look really nice. So there's your 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I thought, you know what? We could make a nature loom, which is a way of weaving. And all you do is get a bit of string, and if you get string that's quite rough or fluffy, because that's the grippy stuff, and that's what you want. So then what you can do is you can weave your feathers or your twigs or your leaves, and you can make a cool picture like that, just out of some twigs and a bit of string. No glue has been used in this, and all the things that I found here you can find too. You can use anything. You could use leaves, you can use flowers, you can use feathers, you could use little branches, whatever you want, and it's just quite fun. It's quite a fun thing to do. Oh look, and look, a stick magically appears. Shall I show you how to do it again? So what you do, you can go in and out and in and out and around, and weave it through just like this, and you can make your very own picture. But all these things I found in the woods here. So where I've been walking, I've been able to collect all these different things, and it's a really nice way of displaying things that you find on your walks. Super easy, super fun. You can put a bit of string on it, bang a nail in the wall, and hang it up for an amazing display. So arty, so fancy, and indeed schmancy. Do you want to have a look at something else? Come on. I'm going to take this with me though, because I'm in the throes of building a base camp, and I thought I'd show you where it is. There's all this really cool stuff, and I thought if I have a little base camp, or what they call it, the indigenous people call them humpies or gurus, depending on what nation you're talking to. I call them dens. And when you're in the scouts or the cubs, you call them bivouacs. Whoopsie. That's why I've got my stick so I don't fall over. Okay, let's get back onto the path here. Now, what else can we find? There's a bit of rubbish down here actually, so I'm not sure how wild this place is. I'm wondering if it was like a bit of a waste area that nature has actually taken hold. And it's starting to win back. I'm going to collect some of these leaves here. These are cool. And then look at this big branch here, look. Now the termites have had a real go at this one. And we've got some lichens here growing. See all these lichens? They're beautiful colour. I love that green. Amazing. And then all this in here, with all this branch that's fallen down, that's been eaten away by little bugs. Isn't that amazing? In fact, I would say that's been eaten away by termites, just in the way that the holes have been made and the little channels that have been made through. Super amazing and interesting. Even though we're in the middle of winter, there's still loads of flowers. So over here we've got these hairpin Banksias, for example, and they're a beautiful orange colour. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at those. You see all these little grippy bits, and actually the indigenous girls used to use these flowers to brush their hair. Let's try and give you a better picture. There you go. Is that better? There. Beautiful thing, and that's doing exactly the same job as a rose would do, or any type of flower. There's nectar in there for the pollinators, be it bees or butterflies, even flies. And they'll go in there, and they'll have a little drink of nectar, and then look down here on the forest floor itself. Look at this mushroom. Now, remember from last week, don't touch these. You don't need to touch them. You just use your eyes, just looking, and you definitely don't if you do touch it by mistake, do not put your fingers in your mouth. Okay, always wash your hands. If you're going anywhere near mushrooms, and you accidentally touch them, always wash your hands afterwards. So I'm not even touching them because I'm nowhere near getting my hands washed today. So, ooh, that's interesting. Look at those little gum nuts there, the tiny, teeny, tiny baby gum nuts. Now, the reason this is falling off the tree, see this bit here? The sap is really tasty. And our friends, the cockatoos, love the sweetness of it. So that's why you always see bits like this broken off and falling down. It's because of the cockatoos. Oh, here's cool. Look at this. Now, again, this has been broken off, unfortunately. But look at those colours. Isn't that great? It's kind of like a bit of purple in there. That's beautiful. I'm going to keep that one. I think that's amazing. Come on, keep up. Now this clearing over here is a brilliant place for a den. And I think people have been making dens here before because there's a great big pile of sticks over here. And there's a couple of good ones here actually. I'm going to put these up. Because the way you build dens, you use a mixture of heavy sticks and light sticks. And I'll show you why in a minute. Come on over. Now I'm making a big one because I needed shelter for myself. So all these, this one's fallen down. It must have fallen down in a storm or something like that. There's a great big pile of sticks here, ready for someone else to build. You don't have to look too far to be able to build a really cool den. Now this tree is brilliant. Let me just put my little nature loom there. Put this banksia down here. Okay, so this tree, fallen over, but it's still alive. Poor thing, it didn't have the roots in there and the ground was a bit loose, but it's still alive, still growing. Look at all the green leaves. That's how you can tell. It's not gone brown or anything like that. Look at these guys. Check them out. Amazing, isn't it? And they'll still grow and grow and grow. And this is my den. And what I've done, I've used the big V in the branches as two big supports, and I've found these big heavy branches as supports, and then what I'm doing is laying these lighter ones over the top. I haven't used any string yet at all. I'm just using the little V's and hooks in the branches just to lay them across. Let's switch this one around. See this little V here? I'm going to use that to hook in place. Just here, look. I can do that there, and that can lay on there, and that's going to give it some more support. Shall I go in? Shall we check now? Now I'll put some bark down here as well, just to sit on something comfy, because now, oh, I'd be here, I could have a nice cup of tea. Be amazing. Look at this. What a spot. Does need a bit more work though, so I might actually get on with that whilst you're off to having fun at your place, building your own dens. Did you know you don't have to build great big ones like this either? Did you know that? You can build dens however big you want them. Now, over here, I'm going to show you another one. Let's have a look. Let's have a look over here, because my friend Belinda the Bilby has come with me today, and we've made her a little den so she can feel comfortable. Come on over. Oh, here we go. Oh. No, not doing it now. Now look, here's Belinda. Say hello to everybody. Hello, how you doing? Good to see you. Now, see all these teeny tiny little twigs? You can make your very own dens for your little cuddlies. So you just get little sticks this side, and you can build these up all the way around, just like this. She loves coming out with me. And all these sticks, like I said before, I've just found lying on the floor right where I've been exploring. All these little bits go in here, just like that, and that will stay for ages, or as long as you want, because you can always take it apart once you finish with it and let someone else have a turn. Now, you can also have bits of bark like this, and she can have a little somewhere to rest, just like that. And these are great actually because all the patterns on here, if you got a crayon and you got some paper and you put the paper on top of the wood and then you rubbed it, you'd see the pattern of all the bark. And that's a really nice, fun thing to do. You could do that. What do you reckon, Belinda? Is that something we could do? Yeah? Oh, is that your favourite? What's your favourite? Going for a run? Oh, well, there you go. She's a fitness freak. Marvellous. Now, let's have an explore deep into the woods. Let's go this way. See what we can find through here. There's lots of paths, and all the paths here have been made by the wild animals. So we can follow all the wild animals through anywhere we like to go. Hang on a minute. Look at this. You see it? Look at that. I just caught that. That's the shell of a cicada. Oh, that's been there for a very long time. That one's really old. So that's cicada. See these little hooks at the front? This guy would have been living underground for a couple of years, sometimes up to 5 years, and in other countries even longer. Excuse me. And then they get a funny urge in their tummy, and they need to get to the surface. And when they get to the surface, they climb up a tree just like this one. And see that split in the back? They pop out just like the chrysalis of a caterpillar, and then they have wings. And then they fly off and make those beautiful noises. Isn't that great? I'm going to keep that one. I'll have that in my bag and add that in my collection. Because I've got my collecting tin today. And these are really good because this one's got a magnifier on it. Now you don't have to go and get these from the shops. You can just use a jam jar or a plastic yogurt pot, because after all it is plastic free July and we've got to recycle as much as we can. So we can use a jar like this or a yogurt pot to put all the things in, and then I don't break it because I'm a bit clumsy and I'm a bit twisted. Okay, let's just put that in there. Now, I'm going to go up here and see what we can find. See all these different grasses. Actually, some of these grasses here, you wouldn't even have to use string. You could use some grasses like this to do some tying. I'll show you. I'll just pick off one like this. Because you could wrap this around a stick and you could tie that into a knot as well. So you don't even have to use string if you don't want to. Beautiful. Right, okay. What's on this one? Oh, this one's really old. This tree. He's having a whole host of things going on here. I don't know. He's not very well on this side because all of this side of the tree has died. But if you look up, there's still living branches. So this part of the tree is healthy. Crazy, isn't it? One part of the tree is not very well at all and has died, but you got these two bits, and there's a good bit there as well. I don't know what kind of species of tree this is actually. I wonder. I'll have to have a look in one of my tree books, see what we can find out about those ones. Right. Okay. Let's keep walking down through here. Now the great thing about this walk is there is a really nice path. But if you feel brave, sometimes I feel. Sometimes I think, maybe I won't go through that. And this is an area, even though there's got bumps and you can see all the different little paths going through, it looks quite soft, and I don't want to put my walk through there just in case I slip down and there's a gully or something like that, because I'll show you a reason why. Look, over here, when it rains really heavily, you've got a stream, but it's dry today because we haven't had much rain. So if you're walking through there with some long grass, you might fall through a couple of gaps and get a little bit stuck. And also, because you can't see what's underneath it, sometimes areas like this are best left alone if there's something that, you know, might be a little bit poisonous perhaps. But what we can do is, when we have a look, let's have a walk through here. Now we can see here, on the side here, and we'll use a stick, it can be quite, oh there you go, look, see, look how far that's gone down through. You might get stuck in that, so you've got to be a bit mindful of that. Right, well, let's have a look over here, see what we can find over here. I think we've seen a tree that's been affected by some fire. Come and have a look. There's some brilliant stuff here, though. Now, all these leaves that are fallen on the floor are all going to do a job when it rains and starts to rot down. All the composting that's going on to give nutrients to the soil. It's all happening here. So this is really cool. Let's have a look. Wow. Wow. This tree here, look how much damage is done to this tree. So you got, it's been in a fire and it's really burnt. See all the charcoal here? And that's actually from the fire, poor thing. But, crazy bonkersly, on this side, it's still growing. It's not very well, admittedly, but there is still growth on this tree. Isn't that phenomenal? All this here, you've got all these leaves up here, still trying to grow. Absolutely amazing. Nature is amazing, isn't it? Trees are absolutely awesome. Now, let's see if we can find anything under any of these branches here. Let's have a look. Because this is the perfect habitat for finding some bugs. Let's see if I can find some. Oh, there's some interesting stuff going on here. Look, all this fungus. Oh, I've just set them off. And we've got some webs there. Oh, there you go. Look at this guy. Now you keep away from him. You definitely keep away from that guy. I'm going to put this down because that was a funnel web spider. So we leave them well alone because they are very, very dangerous. And that is why, if you notice the way I lift it up, don't run away, Rachel. Don't run. That is why, when we are lifting up branches, look at the way I did it. I lifted it up this way so the spider could go that way away from me. Now I don't want to disturb it because I don't want to be envenomated by one of those guys because they are very, very serious. So what we're going to do now, here we are, moving away, and I think after that bit of excitement we're going to call it a day and I'm going to go home and have a cup of tea and try and calm down. So until next time, have a wonderful week and hopefully I'll see you really, really soon. Take care everybody. Bye. See you later. Bye.